to the September 9th Blight Review Board meeting.
Great.
We have a quorum, and we'll have another member who is currently engaged in another meeting, will be in this meeting in just a minute. On the agenda, first item is to approve two sets of minutes. One is from the January 15th. January 15th meeting. George and David were in attendance. So,
So I move their approval.
I second.
I think we're there for unanimous, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, that's good. Is that me?
yeah.
Sorry. That's the wheel.
Any questions about last month's minutes? They were posted. I have none. Anybody, any questions or comments? Okay, can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
So moved.
Second?
David second, because I wrote them, so.
Aye.
No, that was not.
Oh, you
me.
weren't there?
I was, yeah, I was absent.
Oh, okay. So now second.
All right. Aye.
All right.
All right, and we have a guest. Sir?
My name's Dan Sharkey.
Dan Sharkey, okay. And you're here in response to property on West Avenue?
Yeah.
Okay.
We all signed?
We'll get to that in just a second. Bob, we're going to move on with the agenda now. Bob, will you please bring us up to date on where we were from last meeting?
Okay, yes, we'll look at, on your copy of Blight, case 16001.
Yeah.
There has been no changes. I don't know what the status of the service of the notice was on that property. Other than it was, I don't know if it was served on the property, or that's the only address we had, so that's something the lawyers would have to ask. I haven't gotten copies of the sheriff's, the marshal service documentation.
You didn't get it?
No, I have not gotten it.
They were going to serve them a week before last, so.
Right, yeah, but I have no understanding of that.
Okay, well, we'll follow up on that. I'll email Wayne Fox.
Okay. Next one, case 17-011. He had reached out to Ally, or actually he had called in and Ally got back in touch with him. We got a phone number and I spoke with him and he has made progress in moving some of the stuff off of, more than 50% of the stuff out of the yard, so it's no longer, it's not there anymore, which is good. And I spoke with him and he's working with him, he's working to get everything finished. I'll see it I'll believe it when I see it like actually finished, but at least for this time, from the point that he was served to now, the stuff is getting put away. So, in good faith, I would just recommend that we,
Just give him a
speaking with him-
continuance?
Yeah, I would do that.
Is this a case where we want to make the offer of a dumpster for him?
I did.
Yep.
And he said that wasn't necessary at this point. I offered many things, just however possible that we can help.
Right.
And he understands that. I explained before Bob had the conversation with him that if he could start working on moving the stuff from the front of the yard to the back where it's not, then I deferred to Bob to
Yes.
give him specifics.
And
But-
that's
so
what,
he did.
That's what he did.
Okay.
Yes. He does understand too, and in speaking with him, because he does have an issue with the backyard, but it is beyond our scope,
Yeah.
which is, and he knows. I think he anticipates having an issue because I believe that he told me that his neighbor down the hill driveway side has passed, and that house will eventually be going through.
On the market?
Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
So if it goes on, I think that we're gonna end up getting complaints from realtors or prospective buyers or something. But at this point, I explained to them, we don't have any active complaints about the back, so it's, you know.
If you
it
can't
is-
see it from the road, then.
Can't see it
that-
from the road, it is what it is, which is fine, and he
Until there's
does
a complaint.
understand that.
Right.
Yeah.
Until there's a complaint.
Until there's
Until
a complaint. And
Right.
as we well know, the second something in the near area goes on the market, complaints go through the city.
Mhm, yeah,
That's-
So-
Everybody's concerned about property value.
yeah, so he is aware of that.
Okay.
We'll
Alright.
see what happens, however.
I reminded him that this started about 3 years ago, you know, and he said he's working on it. I said, but this time has been very generous with the time.
Yeah,
But again, remember, this is a chronic
right,
issue.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. He did have a concern about the growth in his front yard, because he claims that it is wildflowers, and he planted them there a long time ago with the idea of having the front lawn become landscaped with flowers. Now, at this point, I would have to turn to you as to however you feel like you'd want to accept. You know, I could come in with some updated pictures of what it looks like now.
One of the things I did offer was that if you could clear the stuff out, we could get a service out there to cut the lawn down, and that's when he brought up that it was actually wildflowers.
Same
so-
thing about the wildflowers.
So are they overgrown wildflowers? I mean,
Certainly.
it doesn't matter what they are, if they're not maintained, it still could be an issue.
Yes, yeah, it does look overgrown, yeah, I mean, but I'm not a,
Arborist.
yeah,
Well,
whatever, yeah, so,
well, let's
I can't
continue.
really say.
Yeah. Let's continue. I would check 2 or 3 times at least
Yeah, before the next meeting. Oh, I'll
before
be
the
back,
next
yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
And again, if we need to reach out again about help and assistance, because
Right.
its history is to get just so far and
Right.
then.
Well,
forget-
he's expecting my call tomorrow. I told him I will update him on whatever the board decides tomorrow, and he was fine. He said, I'll talk to you tomorrow, and so
Okay.
that's
All right.
fine.
But again, he needs to understand it's going to be monitored and it's got to be correct.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Mm-hmm, yeah, okay, no,
Good.
will do. Okay, case 1804, again, you know, no changes, everything's still the same. That's the one that we already have, the first lien out,
Yeah.
already in place there, okay.
we haven't heard any response from that letter. He's supposed to contact.
So what was the last thing we did? We put a lien?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is, yeah, it was filed with town clerk a couple weeks ago, maybe, maximum.
Might
Finally,
be good to
yeah.
have those on the notes.
It was right after the last meeting.
Yes.
Actually, it may have even been filed by that meeting. It was the other 4 letters that, but anyway, he's absolutely been notified.
Yeah.
And they calculated it and explained how they calculated the numbers.
Mhm. Yeah, was that in an email to everyone for all the?
I thought
members?
I forwarded it to everybody.
I'll make sure whatever, if you hadn't gotten details.
Maybe we just have it in the summary, you know, just an update here rather than just saying no changes. Maybe just good to know that.
Okay, yeah, very good.
Not all the detail, but just kind of.
Yeah.
No,
right.
yeah, because of
You
an
don't know.
update, yes.
Yeah, just a status, not a detail.
I wish we could figure out what he plans to do with that property, because he originally said he was going to subdivide it and make some changes, but
Well, I think I don't know, I don't want to say, because I really don't know what he's.
yeah, okay.
But his whole idea was that he needed to, the sewage is bad, and the idea was he wanted to lift the house to
Yeah,
repair the foundation, and I think that he's thinking that once he finally gets a permit for this, that all this will go away. But again, I don't know. 1805, and there's no changes at that property as well.
But the violation notice was served.
Yes. Yes. Yes, it was.
So I want to make sure.
Okay. Case 20-001. The only difference there was evidently the lawn was mowed in the back, but the structure is still badly secured, if you could call it that at all, with holes in the back as well. I spoke with the neighbor, and she understands what we're doing is wholeheartedly backing our efforts
Okay.
to get that one, at least have somebody, just have somebody come in and secure the back in a more somewhat semi-permanent way, because right now there's just some plywood and canvas tarps and stuff that are nailed up on the back of the house. And, the back of the basement's is pretty much open for infestation. But the lawn was mowed, so, that's one of the violations that we're taking care of. In case 20-002, that was new, that one we haven't done any action on yet, other than they were served.
I'm sorry, Bob.
Yes.
On the last one, where said nothing has been done, the back of the house thing, are we taking any more action on that?
Is that 20-001?
Yeah.
That one, yes. Well, that one was officially served a
That was one of the.
violation notice, one of the
Okay,
four.
again, just, might be helpful to see that on here, right? Maybe I'm missing.
Yeah, it's not on the note.
Okay.
It doesn't look,
All
I
right,
have no way
I'm
of
sorry,
knowing
I'll do a
that.
better job at giving a historical information with regards to how this do. how
It's on
this
this
is done.
sheet, but.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, but I'll
thank you.
I will get that done better, okay. Okay, back to 20-002, it's kind of odd. The shrubbery and the plantings are all like very overgrown, but the lawn's been mowed neatly. It looks a little better, but what happened was when I went back the other day, the picture of the garage that was left open and secure, there was a picture and a half of it. The garage is gone now. It's been demolished,
So I assume that's an improvement.
taken away. Except that he didn't get a permit for it. Okay. There's a pile of lumber, like maybe he's going to rebuild. I really don't know, but there is a stack of newly delivered lumber in the back, where the garage was. But he did mow the lawn, and a lot of the items that were on the driveway, maybe it had to do with the fact that he was planning on demoing everything. That's kind of been gone, so it has improved. Yeah, it has improved. So I'll just keep an eye on it and see how that goes. If he goes through, gets a building permit and everything is set, then I don't think we'd have a problem. Like I said, the house the house itself, very well maintained by the ground.
Well, if he demolished the old structure with no permit, be prepared.
Yes, yeah,
And forget if he's got lumber, he didn't get a
That
permit for
was-
the demo, I suspect he doesn't have a permit for whatever he wants to do with the lumber. That's
probably,
what's assumption.
yeah. But that was already referred to the building department. They are aware of what happened there. I didn't get a report, but they were gonna send, somebody was gonna go up to, just to investigate, to see what was going on there.
Okay, so Mr. Sharkey is here to talk about 130 West Avenue, is that correct?
Yes,
And that's case,
18-005.
got it, okay, good.
So whatever you would like to share with us.
I'll do whatever it takes, so it's not in the blighted list.
Yeah, so pictures so that everyone could see. The house is really, can barely be seen from the street because everything is overgrown on the property. We want to go strictly in the, I wish I had my file with me, I didn't take a picture from the file, but can I go, grab my file real quick and just?
Yeah, sure.
Is that all right? Good, of course, I'll bring it right back.
One of the original complaint issues were trailers and boats in the rear yard. Are they still there?
Yes,
And
they're registered trailers and they're canoes.
they're canoes. They're not motorized vehicles.
No,
Okay.
Maybe Mr. Sharkey could tell us if you do have any plan to improve the condition.
whatever it takes. This letter came out in 2018. And then a little while later, there was a truckload of dirt piled in my driveway. You know, I don't know where this came from.
Oh, you didn't initiate?
What?
Somebody put dirt in your driveway?
Yeah, like from a dump truck, they just dumped dirt at the end of the driveway. But luckily, it's a dirt driveway, so I just spread out the dirt, so I could continue using my driveway. I don't know why this happened. And then,
Well, do you agree that the property is overgrown?
oh, yes, right. My problem is, okay, I cut some of the stuff back. Now what? I have to do this every week, every month? When, I mean,
I think you have to do it to the point where it's in the condition that the blight officer says it is no longer
okay.
blighted condition.
Okay,
Yeah. And then, whatever post that, it just has to do with what's normal maintenance. You don't have to, it's not like, we expect you to just totally change everything about the house, but it's, the criteria is pretty specific about overgrown and how to correct it. It's just, and basically, Bob can tell you exactly what you need to do as far as the overgrown portion is, and just come up with some kind of reasonable maintenance plan that you would do normally. And if the town, if you need help from the town, whether it's with our public service group or those, just ask for it. We can help. We're not expecting you to be able to do this all by yourself as an individual, if in fact you're not capable of doing it.
Would it be okay to, if you want, we could meet after, do you have time that you could talk after the meeting?
Yeah.
Because we can go into my office where I have the computer, that would be, is that satisfactory with everyone here?
Yeah, sure.
Is that all right?
Yeah, the fact that you're here in response to the letter says a lot for us.
Yeah, that's a very positive sign.
Yeah, it's very positive. Okay.
Yes.
All right, well, if that's agreeable with everybody.
Yeah, and basically, just so you know, I'm just gonna go through the ordinance, which violations, apply to the property.
Right.
And maybe then we will have a discussion as to what we can do to take them off of, what he needs to do to take the property off of.
And again, we're sincere about the fact that the town is willing to help you with this if you need the help. Our issue here is not to punish people for blight, it's to try to eliminate the blight conditions that we can.
And I'd be happy to meet with you too, Mr. Sharkey and Bob, if you want, if we can see if there's any assistance we can provide.
She's human
Oh,
resources and services,
Services.
and she's got a lot of pull with people.
We should get Mr. Sharkey's home address for the record.
130 West Avenue.
You're living there.
All right. That's my residence.
Okay. Anything else, Bob?
No, that was
Okay.
it, that was the end of the report.
Any
today.
new business? Okay, can I have a move to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor? Thank you.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you for coming and being willing to work with us.
Ally, you wanna stop in now?
There's no town hall.
We'll go this way.
I lost him out. I left my Apple Pen in this room at our last meeting.
They do.
Yeah, no,
It's hard to
no,
whisper.
no, I know.
To call,
And then